Alrighty, so we are finally going to get to do this tea project that I've been teasing about for a while. And I know some of you have had certain ideas of what we're going to do, but now I will clarify it for you. What this is going to be, it's going to be a combination of a challenge and a swap. Challenge in that you are going to have very limited list of things that you can use for this project, and so it's going to be determined by your own imagination on what your finished product is going to look like. So first of all, what we're going to do is use obviously tea bags, and let me see here. I've got oodles here, and there's all different shapes and sizes. I know a few had asked how you get the tea out, and that really, is just what you're going to end up doing with these tea bags. For instance, these, I just cut the bottom and let it come out. On this particular one, I undid the staple and then I let it all go out in case I want to put it back together again and have it intact. There's others that I didn't want to keep them intact, so I just cut the bottoms of each one and took out the tea that way. Whoops, there's a mess. I guess I didn't get it all out. So there's different kinds of bags, different sizes, different way they're set up. These were just like individual ones, so I just cut the top. But again, it's your preference. There's no right or wrong way. It just depends what you're going to end up doing with them. So for that, you can do whatever you want when it comes to that. Also, obviously, these little tabs that come with your tea, these, you can use these also. The packaging. All of the packaging that comes with your tea, whether it be, the boxes or if they come in other kinds of bags, all of that, oopsie, not sure what that was, all of that can be used. And I have, obviously I've been saving that for a while. These are the bags that come like in the celestial teas. They're folded up and everything comes in there. I have a couple of those that I've saved. I didn't think about saving those at first, and then I thought, wait a minute. So I only have a few of those. So you can use all the cardboard, the plastic, the wax, like this. Anything that came with the tea packaging, you can use that. I'm not sure if you will have seen these in your particular ones, but I got a few teas that had these little tins inside of them. I guess you could carry your little bag with you wherever you went, and then you could brew your little cup of tea. So if you're fortunate enough to, get any of these, those are really cute too. I'm not sure, well anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. I'll explain in a minute why you probably will not be able to use those. Alrighty, so I'm not sure why I showed them to you. But anyway, alright. So then also you have all of these that the actual tea came in. And I have a slew of those. I've saved them, and I've been fortunate enough for some to send me some of their stash. So I really appreciate that. I've been using a lot of it lately. So you can use that also. Then, in magazines and in books, they always have some little cute pictures that have to do with tea. And here are a few samples that I took out of some magazines that show either a cup of tea or a setting or a teapot or just the cups. but you get the idea. Now, these are not out of scrapbook. I mean, yeah, how about not out of scrapbook paper. That's what I'm trying to say. They're not printouts. These are either from magazines or from books. Okay, just so I make that very clear. These are the kinds of things you can put in a journal. Tea-related pictures that came out of either books or magazines. Okay, remember, these are trashy journals. Okay, and then in addition to what I just showed you, then you can recycle envelopes if you have them. You can also use book pages if you want, and you can also use the whole pages if you want to use those to make pages, because what we're going to do is make a journal. So I have another video where you can either glue or sew pages from a magazine to create your own pages to put into a journal. Or you can use copy paper. That's pretty much the only thing that isn't recycled that you're going to be using in this is copy paper. And also, if you want to, you can recycle other things, but if you don't have something to make a cover, you can use a new envelope. This is a 9x6, and this, once it's folded, is the smallest that the journal can be, which is 4.5x6. No, yeah, 4.5x6. That's the smallest that this can be. You can make them larger, but no smaller than that. All right, so let's recap. I wrote it out here, but you could freeze the frame if you want to look at it. All right, this is all things that have to do with tea. So you can use the tea bags, the tea packaging, pictures from magazines or books of teacups, tea settings, or teapots. You can use the used envelopes. And also you can draw or paint on this particular journal. And then you can use magazine pages. Now these magazine pages you're using is if you're going to create pages out of them and then maybe paint them or gesso them or whatever. But if you're going to be using pictures from these magazines, they have to be tea related in one way or another. Just so I make that clear. Here is another little picture of something that is tea related that would be able to be part of your journal. Then again, you can also use copy paper, and if you're so inclined, you could always tea dye it to bring in tea from that aspect. And you can use book pages if you want to use those for the pages in your journal. The only new thing that I thought that we could use is a little doily, because what is a cup of tea with a little cookie on the side without a doily? Okay, so this is really like the only new thing that you're going to be using, unless you also need to use an envelope. Everything else is going to be recycled trash. All right, so if you have any questions, just freeze this frame. And these are the only things that you can use: tea bags, packaging, pictures of teacups, settings, pots, old envelopes. You can draw and paint on your pages, and copy paper, book pages, and magazine pages to create your pages in your journal. Oh, one more thing. How many pages are we going to have in here? I figured we'd just have one signature, and we would have, at the very least, before they're folded, that we would have 10 pages, okay? That's very important, right? Okay. 10 pages before being folded. So that would give you 20 pages. Alrighty? All right. Okay, well, I hope you have fun with this challenge. I hope you sign up for it. And I look forward to see what all of you guys come up with. Alrighty. Thanks a lot.